Welcome back to Mountain Connections, everybody. I'm Conrad Jacobellis. One of the biggest, most reoccurring events is coming back to Salt Lake City, everybody. August 13th, 14th, and 15th. That is Craft Lake City, and here to talk about some of the programming and workshopping going on at Craft Lake City is Liz Vowles. Liz, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, Conrad. It's an honor.
I mean, Craft Lake City, it's so good to say, hey, this is coming back. It's happening again. Craft Lake City is so much fun. It's a DIY festival that people can learn how to do a bunch of different little, fun activities. Liz, what are some of the workshops that are going to be taking place this year at Craft Lake City?
Yes, so we have 9 DIY workshops happening this year during the 13th annual Craft Lake City DIY Festival presented by Harmons. And it encompasses a really wide range of skills and projects. So we're doing things from hand-dyed botanical silk bandanas with sago adornment out of Ogden. We're doing cyanotype printing with Sarah Liz May, and that is printmaking using the sun's rays to develop. We're doing some coffee workshops with Cafe Ibis, who's been a longtime partner with us. We're doing better brewing at home techniques, as well as coffee tasting, among a few others. So a lot of variety with these DIY workshops.
I mean, you just sold me on the coffee brewing because Cafe Ibis is some of my favorite coffee. It's so good. And that's one thing that I love about Craft Lake City is the fact that you're like, hey, to mention, we got Cafe Ibis here, a local Utah company. I love them. I can go to Craft Lake City and see some local, businesses and just local faces that I know teaching these workshops. How important is it to have a festival like Craft Lake City going on right now, especially, during the past year and a half that we've been through?
Yeah, I would say it's vital. It's just such a perfect opportunity to bring together the community, to celebrate the local arts. In the case of our workshops happening at the DIY Festival, a great chance to just learn a new skill and feel empowered to do something brand new, a fun hobby that can carry you through all sorts of times, including pandemic times. But yeah, Craft Lake City, it's huge. It's going to be such a fun time. The festival itself actually brings together over 300 local artisans through all of Utah, and it's a local only event, meaning that everybody who's exhibiting at Craft Lake City is from Utah. So it's the biggest of its kind in our state. And we have everything from craft food to STEM workshops and exhibitors. We have our Harmons VIP lounge for folks coming to visit on Friday, which we actually have a concert going on that night with Rip Momney, who's really huge right now. But besides Rip Momney, we have actually over 50 local performers that are going to be a part of the Craft Lake City DIY Festival. So it's going to be live music and dance the whole time, great local food, and then again, over 300 all local artisans and craft foodies exhibiting with us. So such a fun time, so much to see. And the workshops happening during that time too are going to be a lot of fun.
It is a DIY festival. DIY kind of gives me a little PTSD because I'm not great at doing DIY activities. How much of a talent do you need for these workshops? Can you go in not knowing much about them, or can you go in kind of being an expert in them as well?
I'm so glad that you asked. So the workshop programming that we have going on during the DIY Festival is totally beginner friendly. However, we chose projects that would be fun and engaging for folks who have some experience in these mediums as well. So it's really got something for everybody. And all materials and equipment are provided during these DIY workshops. What's cool about this too is that when you purchase a ticket for one of these workshops, you actually get a free day pass to enjoy the festival as well. So that's a $7 to $13 value built into your workshop ticket. So really, when you break it down, it's a super great deal. And again, you learned a brand new skill, which is so empowering and so fun to be able to take that knowledge home with you, jump down that proverbial rabbit hole to explore a brand new medium. And just have a great time at the festival.
Will there only be certain workshops on certain days? Because again, this is happening the 13th, 14th, and 15th. Do people really need to keep an eye out for like, oh, that coffee brewing is going to be taking place on Saturday or whenever it is? I need to make sure to get that on Saturday. Or will that be happening all 3 days just to try to accommodate in case, it fills up or something?
I'm glad that you asked. So spaces for these DIY workshops are limited, and we have a few going on each of the days of the festival. So I'll just kind of give you an idea as to what that scheduling is going to look like. And each of these workshops takes about an hour to an hour and a half. So you'll get plenty of time to learn from a local expert in that field, but then also so much time to go and enjoy the rest of the festival happening. So on Friday, August 13th, which is our opening day of the festival, which is when we were going to have Rip Momney opening for us as the headliner. Our first workshop is our Botanical bundle dyed silk scarves with Roxanne from Sago Adornment. And then after that, on that Friday, August 13th, it's going to be our hand-bound leather journals, and that is with Amanda from My Leather Legacy. And then moving into the Saturday of the festival, which is our biggest day, we start off the morning with coffee tasting with Cafe Ibis. That is a small class size, and tickets are almost sold out already. So if that's something that interests you, definitely check that out sooner rather than later. That is going to be followed by Cyanotype Printing with Sarah Liz May from Cyanoweave. And then after that, on Saturday, August 14, we're going into Botanical burn wands, which are like those beautiful smudge sticks. And that is with Carly from Wild Meraki out of Ogden. And then the final workshop for the Saturday of the festival is going to be forged metal ginkgo leaf earrings with Cynthia W. Jewelry. This is a really special one because this is actually the very first time that Craft Lake City is going to be hosting a bilingual workshop. So this one is going to be hosted in English and Spanish. So we're really, really excited about that one. And then going into the Sunday of the festival, which is Sunday, August 15th, we start off the morning with Better Brewing at Home with Cafe Ibis. And this is a workshop that teaches you how to make gourmet level coffee from the comfort of your own kitchen. Then after that, we move into therapy bath bombs with Cossette. And those actually utilize salt from the Great Salt Lake. They're really lovely. And then our final workshop at the DIY Festival this year is going to be Cactus Resin Earrings with Bianca from Tiny Messy. So really fun and statement jewelry. I will mention too, so with all of these, again, you do get your free day pass to the Craft Lake City DIY Festival when you sign up for one of these workshops. So it's a really great value.
And Liz, if people want more information on Craft Lake City, where can they go to?
Great question. So check us out at craftlakecity.com. Right there on the homepage is actually going to be a button for you to check out all the different workshops that we have scheduled during the festival. And again, spaces are limited, so snag your tickets now while we still have some.
Liz Vowles joining us from Craft Lake City. Thank you so much to talk about all the workshops taking place this year at Craft Lake City. Again, that's happening August 13th, 14th, and 15th. And I encourage you, if you're going to go to Craft Lake City, to try out a workshop that you maybe don't know anything about, and maybe you'll pick up a new hobby or maybe find an interest that you love that you may want to explore into maybe a type of business or something. So again, Craft Lake City, August 13th, 14th, and 15th, happening down at the Utah State Fair Parks grounds. We have to take a break here on Mountain Connections, but we will be back after these commercials.